So I'm back with another wonderful childhood story from the heartland of America. Yeah, the good Christian heartland. This was my mom. This is not the actual car. This is a picture I found on the internet. This is a picture of what my mom's car was when I was a kid. That was her first new car, only new car that she ever had. I don't know, is that a 1970 or 71? I think it's a 71. Heavy Chevy. Had a automatic on the column. I think it had a 350. It was gold like that. Had the stripe down the side. Said Heavy Chevy on it, just like the stickers do there. So if that's the actual car, then it's been redone. But yeah, I don't know where this is. But anyways, that was the car that I guess the first half of my childhood was spent when we were in the car. That was the car. And we didn't wear seat belts and all that stupid shit. So, yeah, my mom drove a muscle car. And I don't know how many years they had it. Well, I guess most of the 70s, I guess. I don't know. I remember it kind of started to fall apart. You know, the gas pedal fell off. Things were just falling off of it, like knobs and things. It was probably never maintained. It was other than maybe changing oil, but outside of that. But this is the car that I first started to crawl in and out of the window, just like the Dukes of Hazzard, right? When I was a little kid, about 8 years old, I guess. And back then, well, we didn't have air conditioning. Most cars didn't have air conditioning back then. That was a special thing if you wanted it. And when you went to a store, I mean, you didn't roll up your windows and lock your doors. Why would you do that? There wasn't nothing in there to steal, and most people, you didn't worry about it. So when we went to a store, you got in the parking lot, you know, I could just crawl out the window and crawl back in the window. And I remember the first time I did that. I don't know if we were in Jasper. It must have been Jasper. Might have been 3D parking lot out there. For those that remember the 3D in Jasper. Might have been there. I don't think it was Evansville. Might have been. But once in a while we'd go to Evansville for something. But I remember the first time I crawled out the window, my mom's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And I crawled in and out of the window all the time after that. So anyways, the old man, Dennis Zoglman, I'm going to say I was 5 years old at the time, but this went on throughout my whole childhood. He did not want to come home, and when he did come home from work, a lot of times he would invent something, like he'd throw a bitch fit about nothing and then storm out like me and mom were horrible, and he had to just get away, and it was just a ruse so he could go get drunk for the weekend with his buddies and go from bar to bar or house to house and drive around and get drunk. That's what he did. He was that was his activity in life, his pursuit, his recreation was getting drunk with other drunk people. And the fact that he had a wife and a kid, that meant nothing to him. So being a husband and a dad was not in what he was interested in. So he had to invent a reality where he was a victim. And he's still doing that. His whole life he's a victim. He's a victim. Always a victim. And he's basically got his second wife, Linda. He's got her brainwashed into thinking was just a victim of everything. And poor Dennis. He's not a victim. He's an insensitive fucking dick who got away with almost everything. The only thing he didn't get away with was when the divorce happened. He took a small hit financially. Very small hit. That's the only price he's ever sort of had to pay for his bad behavior. Anyways, it was not unusual for him not to come home after work or to just be gone for a day or two or three. Like, where's he at? And my mom, her stupid part of it was she should have divorced his ass very early on, especially after he threw Willie the cat through the kitchen window in a rage. I mean, that should have been it. I think I was like 5 or 6 when that happened. That should have been the trigger that went, okay, we're done with this. But my mom was not a good person. She was screwed up in the head. She didn't have her shit together. And so she played with this drama. She wanted drama too, I guess, you know. And boy, did that Zoglman clan provide the drama. My mom was like a dramaholic, I would say. That was her addiction, was drama. And man, I tell you, if you're a dramaholic, all you had to do was marry one of these assholes from that Zoglman clan, and boy, you got a steady diet of drama. I mean, there's just no two ways about it with the way they behaved. And I was just a little kid stuck in this deal. 3 people living here, and I'm this tiny little kid that they had no regard for my well-being at all. So I was dragged through the drama. I was told that there were 4 taverns in Hayesville at one time, all right on Main Street on the east side of 231. And I don't know if you could throw a rock from one to the other, but pretty darn close. Pretty close. Well, I didn't know of the 4. I knew there were 2. There was the one right on the corner of 231 and Main Street, or Hayesville Road, whatever you want to call it. And then the one just down, which was owned by Carl Gibson. Then it was Byers Tavern, and I don't know what it was beyond that too much. But anyways, so those were the 2 taverns when I was a kid. So we would be at home at night, me and Mom. This happened many times. Again, I'm about probably 5 years old when this happens. 5 or 6. Once again, the old man is he's not home. It's nighttime. And again, my mom, instead of driving around looking for him, she should have drove around and looked for a lawyer and got a divorce. That would have been the smart thing to do and the best thing to do, I guess, in the long run for me, if she managed it all well and good. You can get divorced and mismanage the divorce. You know, you can drop the ball. But anyways, so we're at home, and where's he at? Let's go look for him. So we get in the heavy Chevy, and, you know, I don't know, it's, 10, 11, or midnight, or something like that. It's dark. So we take out of the driveway, and we go up the hill to the tavern to see if he's there.
The semis are passing on the highway outside. The 4:30 crowd is about to arrive. The sun's going down and we'll all soon be here. Rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. No, we don't don't fit in with that white-collar crowd. We're a little too rowdy and a little too loud. But there's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer.
So we drive up to the top of the hill. We take a right at the caution lights. We pass the first tavern on the left, and we go down to the second one. And, it's dark, but we pull up and in the car, and his truck is parked right in front, like pulled right up to the front door. And his driver's side door is open. And he's kind of standing or laying or leaning back or something on the seat. He's very drunk. He's very drunk. And hanging all over him is two blonde women. Two young blonde women. And I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't think I got out of the car. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But so my mom gets out of the car. I don't remember what was said. There was a bit of a fuss, confrontation. I guess the two blonde women weren't quite understanding right away that this was his wife. I would assume. Maybe they were drunk. But, a pretty bad scene, right? For the wife and the 5 or 6-year-old kid. I don't remember being traumatized by it, but, it's just like, well, there it is. What is this? So, I don't remember how it ended. I don't remember if we just left him or if she got him in the car and we left his truck and got it later. I don't remember how this ended up or what was said exactly or what. It's just a little fuzzy snapshot memory I have. And, but anyways, I assume they were whores. And the reason I say that is I think at that time, I think Carl, who owned the bar, he was recruiting whores to hang out at the bar, from what I understand. So I'm guessing there's a good chance they were whores. Now, I think people would be surprised to find out how many bars across the country actually do invite whores to hang out at their bars. Because, if you got a bunch of dipshit guys and you lure them there with alcohol and other things, well, hey, look, we also have whores. So, yeah. Your family-friendly small-town bar might be a half-ass whorehouse, and you just don't know it. But, yeah, that's about all I know to say about it, because I don't remember much beyond that. But there was a lot of that, a lot of those. Oh, he ain't home from work. It's dark. It's nighttime, or he's been gone for 2 days. Where's he at? Let's get in the car and drive around. Or on the telephone. Mom would be on the telephone calling around. Where's he at? A lot of that went on throughout my whole childhood. But Dennis Zoglman. What a guy. Quite a guy. He's a guy's guy, you know, or whatever they say. He's a real man. Or a real shitbag, however you want to look at it. I doubt if he remembers this. I would say he doesn't remember 90% of his drunken bullshit. Because I know there's times when I brought things up to him when I was a grown up, like, hey, you remember what you said to that guy? And he's like, oh God. And like, oh, I don't want to hear about it. So he's a blackout drunk. I realized that not too many years ago when I was thinking about it. He actually, his mind doesn't remember even being drunk. Like, he wakes up sober. He was gonna be. There was some talk when he was I guess a young teenager, and they were all going to that Holy Family Church in Jasper, which they lived right down the road from. I guess there was talk that they might gonna have him be an altar boy, or something. But I guess he didn't try out for it. I don't know. How do you try out to be an altar boy? What is that? Got to run an obstacle course? Try not to get caught by the priest in your underwear? Is that how it works? Well, anyways, he went from almost being an altar boy to being blind drunk, hanging out with whores while his wife and kid were sitting at home. Dennis Zoglman. Hell of a guy. But he's a victim. Just remember, we drove him to it. He's a victim.
The semis are passing on the highway outside. The 4:30 crowd is about to arrive. The sun's going down and we'll all soon be here. Rednecks, white socks and blue ribbon beer. No, we don't fit in with that white collar crowd. We're a little too rowdy and a little too loud. But there's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer. There's no place that I'd rather be than right here with my redneck, white socks and blue ribbon beer.